Hi Steve, thanks for joining us. Another disappointing one on Saturday against Hendon. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, disappointed is probably an understatement. I'll probably, I'd like to apologise actually for that performance because it's very rarely that I can't, if at all. I mean, I stood there for an hour and I just didn't see a score and I didn't see us getting back in the game. For whatever reason, it was just a very, very difficult day and a difficult watch. And I stood there sort of feeling quite helpless actually because I didn't think that we ever going to get in the game. So look, we know, we've lost 4 players since Gosport. We played really well at Gosport, and it's not excuses. No one's trying to make excuses. It was way below the standards that we've set ourselves, and that's us as a group. No one's passing responsibility. No one's saying it's just the players. No one's saying it's just us. It's us collectively as a group. We've got to take responsibility for that. But that just was not acceptable, that performance Saturday. Even as I said, we've got 4 big players who were missing from Gosport. That's 4 players that we've lost in a week. Plus, as I said, Ben Starr leaving, prior to the Gosport game. So, we've looked at it and we just can't get with the players that we have missing, we just can't seem to get a system. We started off as a 4-4-1-1 and, Ollie pulls his back in the warm-up and, and for 20 minutes he can, he says, I'll give it a go, but he can barely move. But even when he was on and he could barely move, we looked as if we had a shape and a balance to us that meant that, we at least were holding our own and, they didn't create anything. We didn't really create anything. But at least you could see there was something that, people could build from. And as soon as he goes off, it leaves us with no left back, no left-sided player in the 3. A right back that's got to go and play in centre midfield simply because we've then got no right back. We have to change the shape. And clearly it didn't work. It doesn't suit some players. It does suit others. But it was a very, very difficult watch. And we have to do more. Collectively as a group, players, manager, staff, we all have to do more. We have to provide something that's better than what we saw the other day. Even though, as I said, we've lost 4 players since Gosport, and it's not a coincidence that we play really well at Gosport. We have a little bit of a balance and a shape and a nous about ourselves to go a really tough place, who don't get beat on their own patch very often and thoroughly deserve to win it to what we what we served up on Saturday. So people, we can say whatever we like and we can analyse it till the cows come home, but if the players come out, take a huge part of that side out of the equation, 4 players, as I said, in a week, it's bound to have a detrimental effect on your side, and especially when you haven't got any balance down that left hand side with Josh and Ben Starr, either being leaving or getting injured. So it's been tough. We're trying to get players in. That's all I've been doing. I barely slept over the weekend, thinking about that. And we're trying to get players in, desperately trying to get them in. And hopefully there might be 1 or 2 in for tomorrow night and for Tuesday night. So whenever this goes out, I better make sure we get that right. And maybe another one in for Saturday for the trophy. But it's not easy. I've tried to get 3 or 4 left backs this week, and for various reasons I've been turned down. Hopefully there is one coming through the door, but whether or not we get it over the line soon enough is will be down to the administrators at the FA. But we know what we need to do. Clearly we need to get players back on the pitch, which I feel like a broken record. I really do, because it feels like I've been saying that all season. Yeah, when we are somewhere near a full strength side, we showed, prior to the Gosport game, we'd gone 7 games unbeaten. And then all of a sudden, you play a game, you have 3 or 4 injuries, you have a sending off, and you're back into the abyss again, where you've got to try and climb out of it. And as I said, we've got no real shape or balance to this side because we've got no out and out left back. And we're shoehorning people into positions which isn't great. Having said that, as I said before, that clearly was not good enough what we put out Saturday. The players' performance, everybody involved, that was not what we expect, and that's not the standards that we set ourselves.
So we go again on Tuesday evening, like you said, against Hendon. hopefully a few extras and possibly a left back would certainly help. And we go again and see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know that, as I say, we owe the fans one. I thought they were fantastic Saturday. They still stayed behind the lads, didn't get on their backs. I thought they were really patient. I think there is an understanding that obviously we are trying to mix and make do. We're trying to patch up the side and get them out there. And there has got to be a little bit of patience. There's no doubt about that. We know it wasn't good enough. We as ourselves, are desperately disappointed that we played that way. But as I say, the landscape in a week's time could look very, very different. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that the players that are injured, aside from Josh, the players that are either injured or suspended, will hopefully be back, in good time.
I'll just correct myself there. I think I said Hendon tonight. It's because I've got it highlighted on my screen. That's Walton Casuals on Tuesday evening.
It is, yes, yeah.
So yeah, Walton Casuals Tuesday, and then we look forward to quite a long trip to Plymouth Parkway on Saturday as well. The fixtures keep coming.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to have had one of them weeks when you've got a little bit of a chance to recharge the batteries. And as I say, one or two players for Saturday certainly will be available again. Hopefully Ollie Knowles is back. It's not as bad as we first thought. And he'll make a big difference because, to have two players in there that are central midfielders will make a difference to the side rather than, as we say, trying to shoehorn other people in there. Obviously Darren Mullins' suspension will be up on Saturday as well. So that might give us a little bit more options, should we say. But these are two tough games again. The way we are, every game at this stage looks a tough game. We've got to go out there. And I think, I think the result isn't irrelevant, but it's not the important bit. The important bit is to get back to performing to a certain level. And then if we do that, then we know that we're capable of winning games. And I think we've got to eradicate that performance Saturday as quickly as we can and put that right. And if we can get two good performances over the next two games, we will, by that stage, have new players in, bodies back. I think we can then look forward to, to really grasping every game and really looking forward to games, and instead of being a little bit wary because you're so short on players. So yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those where, if we, as I say, I think the landscape could look very different in maybe a week's time.
So a bit of patience, and hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, the patience has got to be allied to the fact that we've got to give people, something to shout about, something to understand that we are trying. I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think maybe it's just effort in the wrong directions. And that's, when players are playing out of position, that sometimes can be the case. They just don't see the same picture as playing in their natural position. So I think, players are trying, but, when you find yourself in a different part of the pitch, playing a different position, sometimes, that effort can be slightly misguided. And I think that's probably what's happened the other day as well. But no, from a quality perspective, from a belief perspective, from a character and an appetite and an attitude perspective, we will be looking to play an awful lot better than we did Saturday. And that's not taking anything away from Hendon, because they weren't bad at all. But it's more about how we can perform ourselves, because we need, if we can get a decent performance, even if we don't win the game, a decent performance then starts to build that belief and starts to build that the bit of character back in to go, right, let's go to Saturday. We've played well on Tuesday. Let's take that with us Saturday, and we should be okay.
Little mention about the Hendon player that had to go off on Saturday. He was we've heard he's doing okay now. Bit of nose damage, a bit of muscular issue, but apart from that, he seems okay.
He was bloody heavy. I know that. He must be one of those big boned lads, I'll tell you, because I don't know about Ollie Knowles putting his back out, and then he put my back out, lifted him up. But it's good to see. I mean, I think he looked like he'd broken his nose, or he'd taken a bit of a knock to his nose. I mean, Marv's just basically been pushed from behind and has fallen into him. And as you could see by the reaction of their players, there wasn't anything untoward in what Marv did. It was just, a horrible accident. But no, it's nice to know that the fella's all right, and we wish him all the best.
Excellent. And Hendon were very complimentary to our efforts, helping out, and you being part of the team that got him up the stairs and into the treatment room.
Yeah.
It did look tough. Right, we'll keep this one short and sweet. So I've got time to edit it, and you've got time to go hunting players.
Yes, do you know what? Funnily enough, that was the reason why I was late on today with you. Is just waiting for a call from someone, and then I got a call, and then I've got to unfortunately make another call because I've got somebody else at that football club to try and get this over the line. So yeah, hopefully, as I say, as I put the phone down to you, I'm going to make that call, and hopefully we can get this player done.
I'll let you get on with it. Thank you very much for joining us, Steve.
Cheers, Ian. Top man. Thanks, mate. Bye.